Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You may not have all of the pieces. You may not be able to physically see the finished product, but faith says there is a staircase. Faith says, I believe that if I take this step, a staircase will appear on my behalf. One step, that's all it takes. God will do the rest. Just take one step. Song by John P. Key. Don't keep forever on the public road, going only where others have gone and following after the other like a flock of sheep. Leave the beaten track occasionally and dive into the woods. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. It takes faith to lead the beaten path and blaze your own trail, to start something that someone has never started before. Isn't it astonishing that all of these secrets have been preserved for so many years just so that we could discover them? The Wright brothers. It takes faith to be open to discovery. It took faith for Jabez to ask God to enlarge the territory of his mind so that God can enlarge the territory of his life. It is difficult to say what is impossible. The dreams of yesterday are the hopes of today and the reality of tomorrow. Robert H. Gooder, the inventor of the rocket ship. Faith is receiving an idea and nurturing the hope in it and having the faith necessary for it to become a reality. It took faith for Noah to build an ark, from a God idea to a vision, to a plan, to an action, to reality. It took faith for Moses to go back to Egypt. It took faith for Esther to go before the king. It took faith for Mary to believe the angel even though she was a virgin. It took faith for Sarah to conceive. It took faith for David to face Goliath and the three Hebrew boys, the fiery furnace, and Daniel, the lion's den, and Paul, the imprisonment of Rome. It took faith for Peter to be hung upside down and for James to have his head cut off for the gospel. Hebrews 1 through 5 gives us three testimonies of faith: God, Abel, and Enoch. It simply says, as I paraphrase, things were made by a thought, a dream, or God's imagination. We cannot see a thought when it is conceived, but it gives birth to what is seen. God formed the world by his thoughts and words which cannot be seen. Abel testifies from the ground because his faith of giving God his best is a testimony of the eternal faith that can never die. See, faith is eternal, and it is an eternal testimony within us that cannot die, and it lives and speaks for itself. The devil can murder your body, but your faith lives on eternally. The devil may take your house, your car, everything that you have, but he can't take your faith, and he can't take your testimony. Enoch was translated because he had a testimony. His testimony was that he had faith in God, and Enoch walked with God. Let us walk with God and seek him diligently, as Hebrew 1 through 5 tells us to do. Let us be a living testimony in our homes, in our schools, and everywhere we go, and let us be pleasing to our God. Be blessed.